we as banking, we are technology companies with banking licenses.
Yes.
We cannot say no to blockchain. We cannot say no to AI. I mean, you can, but you will be outside of business. There is two types of organizations going forward. One, they hire the right talent, they invest in their talent and build a proper cybersecurity strategy. Two, the people, they hire the wrong talents, they don't care about security, as a result they get hacked. Doesn't matter what your name is.
Data is the new oil, I think today's oil, not the new oil actually. But to get the right data, I've been in banking for more than 20 years and understand the pain, Is the data correct? Are the customer data is okay? Are we collecting the right data at the right time, at the right moment? With Facebook, with all of this data in transit, velocity and so on, I think this will play a big role here.
The future for next 5 years, if we are not in a position to take care of the frictionless banking, then you are out. Frictionless banking is inside and outside. So what happens is many banks or many organizations, they try to do the digitalization to the customer front. But when you get a request from the customer, how you optimize and re-engineer your processes and ensure that frictionless approach is there you're inside the organization, that gives a 360 view or 360 degree of communication to ensure the frictionless bank.
We have talking about the security, but we should not forget, if we are engaged with the fintech or with softwares developers or something, we should not forget the regulatory.
Yes, definitely.
Lot of financial institution or banks or organization in general, they take the system or they engage with a fintech and they forgot that part related to the regulatory, whether it is international regulatory or the country regulatory, or your appetite to risk within the organization. So it's important to have this collaboration with all while you are engaging with them. Now,
important thing to understand today is how the entire landscape has changed in the last 10 to 12 months. Most importantly, when we're talking about the payments landscape, not just that we have seen drastic change in consumer behavior, we've also seen a drastic change in how regulators have actually stepped up and changed the pace as well in terms of how they are innovating too.
We can't compromise on the seriousness and the confidentiality of the information. At the same time, we need to offer to our customers the intuitiveness, the simplicity of online transactions. And that balance or that happy marriage is the sweet spot, and which is what more and more entrants are trying to figure. But
I think the real role in AI, I think there's a huge opportunity in the Middle East. I think the talent base is good and not as prolific as some other areas around, but all the catalysts are there in the Middle East to take advantage of this.
If you have a high quality customer base, then the blending of a digital process with a human is still going to be incredibly important. What I would think is it will happen, and I agree also with what's been said, is that more time will be spent in the customer experience, dealing with the customer, understanding their needs, and the technology will really enable a great experience.
We are now seeing the trend of doing more with less. We are seeing a trend of being more customer-centric. So I think there are shifts in the type of work that is required in the future. So certainly, some threat if you see it that way, but if you see it positively, it's time for reflection and prepare for the future of work.
It's very important when you brought up cloud and customers moving to cloud. Customers should also be very aware of which cloud they're choosing, whether it's public, private, or hybrid. They should know the roles and responsibilities from their end also.
Protecting, for example, cybersecurity, protecting the firm's reputation and the brand. This is the responsibility of all parties involved.